All right. Hey, everyone. Dan here with tradingology.com and the trading room for the first one in March of 2021. Today we have March 2nd. So we are kicking off a new month here, new info. So we get the doors opened up. As usual, we have our good friend Dave joining us from Strong Market. So good to see you, Dave. Happy March.
Happy March, everybody. Good morning.
Keep rolling the doors in here. Guys are coming in. Good to see you guys. Good morning, Andre. I should probably start with something that we saw Market Timer calling out again. It's been more frequent recently, where we had yet another bull trap indication in the balance of power in the herding here, where we got 2 days in a row of bearish herding, but it fell off yesterday with the strong move back up and some institutional buying. We definitely saw some strong buyers in there yesterday with a positive 10 on the ending signal, but we still got pipelines red. The swing signal has turned down. Potential double bottom here on the buy sell, but we haven't seen it go below 2 since like October, Halloween, I think it was. So those are way down. So we have some negative bias here looking at this bull trap, and it's actually kind of still playing out right now, I believe, where we had a rise overnight in the futures. Then we see the Dow, the YM here, ES, NQ, RTY all kind of jumped up, and they're all tracking down right now. We're getting back into this territory, Dave, I've noticed too, whereas we're getting the higher volatility coming in. These boxes are now 100 points again. So we got a drop of about 200 on the YM working on right now.
Right. Yeah, that's a good indication of volatility.
The other indication I did see quickly this morning was looking at the NASDAQ supply and demand. I did notice, let me drop this down to a 1 minute and see if it prints in, because I've seen a lot of spiking where it was jumping up to like positive 200. Looks like it may or may not. Let's see. Might be some offsetting here to the downside, but we're definitely getting higher volatility. Yeah, there's a negative 90 printed. Could be offsetting. But yeah, I've seen some bouncing around again there. So triple digits. That's usually a good sign that volatility is on the way when I start to see spiking in that supply demand index. And we're getting just the bigger ranges, right? What did we see there? We got, up 400, down 550, down 450, up 600. So the big move days are back.
If you add those 4 days together, the market's really gone nowhere.
Yeah, 41 cents.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot up and down, but no movement.
So
yeah, we started to see some bearish herding, huh?
The trader's fun, right? You got movement everywhere, but the long-term people are like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and the most exciting thing actually about yesterday was we were really, really close to a triple trend day, and so the true trend day, and that was pretty exciting to me because I want to see that come back. It's been a while. We started out over 2,000 yesterday on the ADD, and the volume was pretty good. Followed the path there almost the entire day. Had a couple red bars there, but otherwise, it's getting pretty close, and that's a pretty good indication too that we're going to see even more volatility, because that kind of internal market action typically has not happened very much since 2008, at the end of 2008, when the market was up and down 1,000 points at a time.
Yeah, we might be lucky to see like 1 day a year that it's kind of lined up that way, right? Whether it's up or downside.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. If we do see that, then we're going to see probably much more volatility going forward here. If that's an indication of anything here, we'll see. So
we'll bring those back to today. Today we're looking right around chop zone. We're hovering around the zero line again. Internals dropped and they're kind of plateauing here around negative 500, but that could continue down. We'll keep an eye on that. I did notice also we had our couple double trend lines that we bounced way off of last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Now we're kind of close to that again. It's starting to move back up on the VIX here.
Yeah, so we got a higher low.
Yep.
So far.
Yeah, we definitely got the higher high, that's for sure. I felt
Yeah.
like they were kind of listening to us on that one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I don't know. Market is confused. Yesterday with the true trend day potential there, I'm kind of thinking that market makers got a tremendous number of sell orders on Friday that they absorbed, and they needed to get rid of them yesterday. So they slowly ramped up the market to get rid of those all those orders that they had to take in.
Oh, see, here it goes again. Look at the NASDAQ right here. We just jumped down to a negative
Mm-hmm.
129 for a second there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we definitely got something going on in the markets. One of the only there's not a lot going on, although I had a feeling over the weekend the market was going to jump up on Monday because we got the J&J news. They have a one-shot vaccine now. The 1.9 trillion stimulus bill passed through the House.
And we see Merck is now agreeing to help Johnson & Johnson make their version. So that's the headlines today.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's kind of across the board. CNN's reporting on it. Multiple people, Bloomberg's talking about it. Merck poised. Fox has got some really weird news here. Apparently they're canceling Dr. Seuss.
What? For what?
They're canceling Dr. Seuss over racist and insensitive imagery. So you can't get the cat in the hat anymore. How amazing is that?
That's crazy. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
When you attack Dr. Seuss, you're like, I mean, what are they reading into that? What do they go into? I mean, insensitive imagery.
It's just,
wow.
I'm speechless on that one.
Yeah, me too.
But that's, headlines there. What else we got here? Fed's dialing up pressure for Wall Street to ditch discredited LIBOR.
Yeah, so looks like the Fed, the only news out of the Fed is that they may implement Operation Twist again.
I saw that.
Yeah. So Operation Twist is where they sell the short-term notes and they buy the long-term bonds in order to kind of even out the yield curve. They want to try. It looks like the yield curve started to steep a little bit too much for them, and they're trying to. They want to, calm down the bond market. And I mean, right now, wow, the 30-year is up 1.09% at 2.22.
Yep.
So, I guess they have to do it. They don't want it to run away. They don't want the 30-year to run away and push a lot higher because that's kind of bad.
One thing I was taking a look at every once in a while, remember how we had that repo market kind of stopped?
Right.
They've been starting to do reverse repos here and there, I've noticed. $11 billion on Friday. No standard ones, but the day before, Thursday, just under $10 billion. So there's some reverse repo activity happening too in the overnights.
Interesting. Yeah, they got a little bit going on there.
So it used to be, people would watch it every day. It's like, hey, nothing to see here. We stopped doing that. Oh wait, but we're doing it like this, but we're not going to tell you again.
Yeah, they didn't make an announcement of it. That's for sure. So I'm trying to figure out why they would want to do the repo operations again, because banks don't have any reserve requirements. The only thing I can think of is that more people are depositing money into their bank accounts, and so that's a liability to the bank. The bank needs to buy short-term treasuries and notes, three-month T-bills mostly, in order to balance to put on their balance sheet. So that's the only thing I can think of, and they're using those. They're trying to do that because they need to cover those liability of the deposits.
Always keeping an eye out what's going on there. So let's see. Let's go back to what's our futures doing. Bouncing right off the pivot line. We'll see if it holds as support there. Though sometimes it cuts right through them, but very often that does act as an area of support.
Yeah, I thought I had this market figured out last Friday. I really expected a follow through on Sunday night with the futures dropping on Friday. So I bought one MES contract short. I went short one MES contract. Brilliant. Uh, as we saw on the and I based it. If you bring up the spreadsheet for a second, I based it on the bearish herding. But what did I ignore completely?
He ignored right here.
Yes. Yes. The
Price
price.
anomaly column. It was a 529, a huge number. And here's the really interesting part about this market timer spreadsheet. Look at what the rise was the next day, 603, almost exactly the same number as the price anomaly.
Yeah. So I got out Sunday night when the market jumped up about 100 points or 150 points, and I lost $35, and I want a refund. So, but anyway,
I told Dave there's refunds tomorrow, just like when you go to the bar and the sign says free beer tomorrow.
Yeah, the price anomaly. I said, we're getting bearish herding, starting to finally, get some well-formed bearish herding there. No, got to pay attention to that price anomaly. That price anomaly will tell you when those trends tend to end. And in this case, they actually do predict pretty well what the next day is going to look like. And in this case, it was nearly spot on.
So I'm going to be really curious to see for the spreadsheet where we finish on this buy sell today. Because if we look at some of these and these LT signals, we're just at extremes.
Yeah,
2.5 on the LT. We have topped and it is turning. So it is an indication of a potential downside. Moving down on the 21 and 27 day sums. But that buy sell signal, it hasn't been negative. I think this was October 31st, or give or take a few days, was the last time it was anywhere below this negative area. So I believe that's a sign of, just the market being propped up more and them keeping it up, my personal opinion, but just a way to try and read all the analytics and looking at the data.
Yeah. So of course, the big mistake I made was not looking at the numbers. You got to look at those numbers. And you gotta, the market is nothing but numbers, really. It's just people who look at the numbers and they buy and sell based on those numbers. So that number, especially the price anomaly, is important.
And so we see we got a new month on the yield curve, as we saw in the chart. 223, that's where it closed yesterday. But yeah, we're still.
What did we do at the beginning of the year? Do the current year.
Let me pull up the whole year here.
Wow, 1.68.
Yep, 1.6. I'll zoom it in for everybody.
There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty big jump. I guess the big worry that everybody, that I've seen anyway, who's been talking about it, is the quickness in which it's gone higher.
Yeah, we hit the twos on the 12th.
Yeah.
And then it quickly, so that, it took a month and a half to go from just over 1.5 to 2. So that's only a 0.5% move, right? And we've already went another 0.25% in a week or two.
Yeah.
Or almost a half, up to 2.3 in 2 weeks. So much quicker time frame than it took to get to 2%. And they're all kind of floating up. So yeah, the long end is rising.
Yeah, and the 10-year is over 1% now. So I think they're all kind of trying to figure out exactly what's going on here and why it's moving up so quickly.
One little bounce, even though I say little bounce, it's relative. 20, 30, 40 point bounce, then momentary support, just like we see here where the NQ bounced off it this morning, but now it's trailed right through it. So we're down 1%, down 1.3%, down 0.5%, and the YM's almost down 0.5%. So everybody's negative now, nobody's positive. It was mixed early on where the Dow was still up and the other ones were down, but now everybody's negative as of today. currently.
Yeah, so we had price anomalies 122. If we're down about 122 at the end of the day, that would be about right, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get something even worse. I have no idea. Got to look at these numbers because this market is. I mean, when you look at the Nasdaq has really dropped off very, very sharply over the last few weeks. The S&P and the Dow have held up fairly well. The RTY is also a little bit weak. So you have the Russell 2000 and you have small caps and you got tech really, really getting kind of knocked around here. The Dow has held up pretty well, but look at that. When I was looking at the market yesterday, on the Dow, you got that head, that middle part, but then look at the left and the right are almost perfectly matching shoulders. So you got a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern there. I don't know. It's just kind of a very, very weird setup and very strange market action.
And I won't leave them out. Interesting crypto activity I'm kind of noticing here is I thought this 50,000 mark was going to be interesting to watch to see which way it goes from it. And we just touched it. Now it's moving back down. So I'll be curious to see if Bitcoin recovers or if we make lower lows down close to 40,000. That's what it feels like more to me, but we shall see.
Yeah, it does. It kind of feels like can't quite get the momentum that it had at one time.
XRP's hovering 44, VET's hovering right around 0.04. If you guys haven't checked out Dave's new update that's coming from OnlyCoin, definitely check that out. He's got an updated forecast for some cryptos. What's the other one? Somebody's already watching ADA. Let's pull up ADA for one of our esteemed fellows.
Yeah, I posted that update on my forecast for this year yesterday. So that's up on the website now.
How's ADA looking? ADA is looking pretty sideways for the last few days. Little downward movement.
Look at that huge wick though. That's still that's still something.
That's like someone said, "Hey, I forgot to get in." Okay, hold on. Let me move the price down. Get in. Okay, we're going back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
You guys are pretty quiet this morning. Any questions floating out there?
I know we got a full house here. We got Andre, we got Mark, we got Kyle, we got Steven. Come on, guys. What's on your mind? Ken, what's going on? You guys think the market's going to go down from here? It's going to go back up again? I mean, I think we're in this kind of this twilight zone where we're not quite sure what the Fed's going to do. We're not quite sure what the new president's going to do, if this stimulus is going to pass, what interest rates are going to do.
Steven wants to know, yeah, if you
No,
could a true trend day yesterday looking at that.
No, I did not. I looked at it and I said, you know what? We're at the top of a market. Typically, the true trend days are when the market's kind of sold off a little bit. So I didn't do anything with it yesterday. I have long positions already, and they did pretty well, but I didn't try to trade it now.
You're not going to believe what I did. I actually scalped some short contracts yesterday.
Oh, did you really? Oh,
I haven't went short in a long time, and I saw some opportunities. I'm like, this is going to go down just really short, and it worked out perfect.
Good for you. You went fishing and caught some big
Yep,
ones.
I got a line.
That's good.
Steven says look good for an hour and then fell off. Yep, see, I saw that falling off coming. When those cracks started happening, those red ones, that's when I grabbed a couple shorts. Wasn't anything long-term, wasn't anything huge. Just a little bit here and there, just got me some sunnies.
Nice.
Andre's asking about the VXX trade tomorrow. I haven't even looked at it yet this morning, Andre. I'll start looking at that going into tomorrow. But
volatility has gotten back down there, but again, we're making higher highs and higher lows. So
we got a big gap here starting the week out. So we'll see. We had the massive spike Thursday. I believe this was Thursday, yeah. And then Friday had a little crush. And this week we're kind of back down to like this didn't happen. It's kind of the way the markets look too, right? You look at those that rocket ship.
Yep.
Take that away, it's almost like, zoom this from here to there, and this in between never happened, and we're still there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a very strange formation. There's no real trend there. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down.
Some big candles. That's interesting too on the internals here. This isn't small little ticks like we saw yesterday. These are big high volatility indicators where it's a big candle down, big candle up.
Yeah, there's a push and pull going on in the market. Yeah, I mean, when you see the advanced decline line starting to get volatile, yeah, I don't know. It's going to have an effect on the market somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely a warning indicator there, or at least keep your attention. That should pique your attention when you see that.
Right.
Then you got Spaghetti Junction, no clear trend obviously anymore. I was going to ask you too, speaking of looking at Fed stuff earlier, why do you think they're prancing around Fed governors for 3 days in a row this week? We had 2 speeches yesterday, 2 today, another one tomorrow. It's like it's FOMC parade.
Maybe they're nervous and they need to do some suasion.
Trying to calm the waters out there, telling everybody it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the sharp rise in interest rates has spooked some traders and some large managers, and they're trying to calm everybody down.
I'd be curious to keep watching that, or if Powell makes any whatever the word I'm looking for is that I can't think of, unprepared speeches where he has to suddenly talk to smooth the waters again.
He is talking this week, I think. I did see that. You
Is
got
he
your
on the docket too?
calendar?
Okay.
Yeah, I think, let me take a look at the calendar. I think he is talking.
I thought I had only other governors and not Powell himself after last week. I know he was on 2 days testifying last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see that he was making speeches, at least on the calendar I was looking at the other day. Let me pull one up here.
And both times that he went out to talk, the market went up
drastically.
I mean, almost right to the minute.
Yeah, here we got Williams and Brainerd yesterday.
Brainerd, yeah. Brainerd's been out there quite a bit.
Brainerd and Daly today.
Wow.
Tomorrow we got Evans.
Evans? Who the heck is Evans? They're bringing in their B team now.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul is speaking on Thursday. I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
So every day but Friday, because they got to take Friday off.
Wow. So they're all out this week.
And unemployment claims are predicting another close to 750, 3/4 million. We'll see where that comes in.
Jeez. I don't know, guys. This is a very, very strange market here. Looks like there's some selling coming in. There's some buying coming in. People are confused. I think that if you looked at the 10-year last week, boy, it jumped up and down quite a bit until we hit Friday, and then it just straight as a line. Barely any movement on the 10-year. Hard to say what's going on at this point. When you trade, just be careful, get in and out. I wouldn't hold any positions overnight, unless you got some long-term investments. I think, we haven't gotten to the point though. What you posted in the Tradingology room there, I think it was in the chat or maybe it was in the gold room, but it was that one chart that we look at with the SPY VIX and the ATR, that kind of stuff. So we haven't gotten to that point yet. So we still may have a higher market. We'll see.
Yeah, that's one to watch for. I don't have the live one with me at the moment, but yeah, once this SPY VIX indicator gets to that upper bound is the third warning bell or maybe the second warning bell joining these guys.
Right.
So keep your eyes on that. And Steven, if you're out there, I see you watching. If you played that bounce, you might want to take your profits off the YM. I know some people like to play the bounces off the pivots there. So that was a nice little bounce.
Those are good spots to do it.
And last announcement, the reschedule. We should be back at 1 p.m. Eastern time for the Wealth Masterclass, correct, sir?
That's correct. Today, 1 p.m. We'll see you guys then.
So you guys get a double dose of Dave that are in the Wealth Masterclass. Steven says he grabbed profit a minute ago. I had a feeling you were trading that, Steven. Good job, buddy. Andre, the link is in the wealth area. If you don't see it, hit me up on Slack. And I am going to start a Wealth Masterclass Slack channel so we can get announcements when last minute things come out, so we don't have to rely on email, because email is too inefficient and potentials for missing information. So we're adding a wealth channel to the Slack channel. So if you guys are in the Wealth Masterclass, hit me up and I'll get you in that channel specifically for those members.
That's a great idea. Yeah, good job.
With that, we'll probably wrap her up today. So good to see you guys. Welcome to March. With the weather, it looks like we're coming in like a lamb. So it could be a rocky end of March for the weather case, because we're beautiful over here this week. We're hitting 50s.
Yeah, we got some nice weather here too. So thanks for sending it our way.
You got it. Appreciate it, Ken. Thanks for coming out. You're welcome, Andre. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
All right, guys, have a good day. We'll see you at 1 p.m.